These are 5 essential shoes that a young gentleman needs to have in their wardrobe if they really want to excel in the gentleman-like aesthetic and honestly just upgrade their style in general. You don't need 20 pairs of shoes, you really only need 5. My name is Gavin, and this channel is my attempt at bringing back everything about becoming a classic gentleman that I feel like has disappeared in today's world. Today, we're building a shoe rotation from scratch, complete zero. So we're gonna go through 5 pairs on a bit of a budget that'll cover really every situation that you'll be in. Most guys either own 2 shoes total, maybe whatever's by the door on their way out of the house, or they own 15 or 20 pairs and still feel like they have nothing to wear. I think the key is having 5 shoes that are more useful to your day-to-day life and kind of complete different jobs. One for the gym, maybe one for an office or an interview, maybe one for a date, one for the weekend, maybe one for when it's raining. I would buy fewer pairs and make sure that each pair actually earns its way into your closet. So to start off with the number 1 pair, I have the Oxfords. Now, I have mine in brown. If you're starting a rotation from zero, from scratch, I would recommend getting a black pair. I actually don't have a black pair currently, so I'm like a little bit of a hypocrite here, but on an Oxford, the lace holes are actually stitched underneath the shoe, which is why there's a bit of a technical difference between an Oxford and almost every other like lace-up shoe, which is why it tends to read as a more formal shoe. Now, again, I would recommend going for a black Oxford. It's more versatile in a formal setting. Brown Oxfords are important because you could wear them maybe with a navy suit if you want it to be maybe a little bit more formal than like a penny loafer. However, depending on the penny loafer, if it's like a leather penny loafer, it could still look pretty formal, but Oxfords are like the ultimate, in my opinion, formal dress shoe that you should have as a gentleman in your closet. A black one just is better for more serious occasions, maybe a funeral, an interview, or any sort of formal event. You just need a shoe that won't let you down when the occasion is high. Now, the next one that we have on the list is the penny loafer. As you can see, I have a couple pairs. What I really need is a more of a brown suede one in my collection. I guess this is a bit of a brown, but it's kind of different. I need almost more of a brown color in my leather ones for my suede ones in a way, but we'll get there eventually. We're building the wardrobe as well. I personally just love the loafer look, and you can dress it up in a more formal way with a leather, or kind of dress it down in more of a casual with the suede. These are perfect for a summertime occasion, going out somewhere. You can just really look classy, just this classic look with the loafers have that I just love. And I get a lot of compliments with these. And it might just be the single most versatile shoe that a young gentleman can own, truly. There's no laces on it. You can slip it on and off. It works with chinos, maybe for a more casual dinner. It works under a blazer for something a little bit more dressier. I would say, personally, get more of a brown suede pair first. I'm not a very good example of this, obviously, but from just my experience, what I wish I would have done is I would have got maybe a suede one like this, in more of a brown color like this. It's what I would recommend if you're buying your first pair of loafers. It's more versatile with your outfits. It goes with many things and you can wear it through a couple different seasons. And then after you get that pair, then you can move on to some lighter colors like this one I have here, more for like summer type occasions, I guess you would say. And it's honestly classy and it just doesn't look like you're trying too hard. And for shoe number 3, I'm actually going to include 2 shoes in number 3, which is cowboy boots. And the other one is Chelsea boots. Now, I don't have a pair of Chelsea boots currently. I'm in the process of getting some black ones, so I just didn't have it for this video. However, it's a good shoe where it's not too dressy, not too casual, and it's kind of a shoe you can throw on where you don't really know what the day is gonna throw at you. In my opinion, Chelsea boots are better for more snowy, rainy occasions, not necessarily for summer. Example, I live in Florida. That's honestly why I haven't got a pair. However, I do feel like it is important to have one, even if you live in a hotter place like Florida, while especially if you live in more of a rainy place, which it does rain here quite often, so maybe I should invest into one here soon. But even in a place that snows too, or that's muddy, they're just a great option to have because they still look good. They still dress up very nice, and they're perfect for getting dirty or, you know, going somewhere that provides a little bit more support. And it can really go from a business casual office setting to maybe a dinner date or a night out with your friends. It is pretty versatile in that way, which is nice. It doesn't really have any, you know, details to overthink about. It's just pretty classic, clean. And it's pretty practical just because it has no laces, so it's pretty easy to slip on and off. And when it comes to the cowboy boots, I just love the cowboy boots. Not only do they, you know, make me a little bit taller, which is nice, even though I'm 6'1", you know, I mean, how much do I really need? I'm just being greedy at this point, right? But it does make me maybe an inch too taller, so that is a perk to them. But I just love them, and I have yet to put them, combine them with maybe more of like a country style suit with jeans and a blazer. But they definitely work and can work with outfits, and they just are amazing. They're comfortable. I love wearing them out, even in my bootcut jeans occasionally. And they're just a very nice piece to have. Like I said before, you can mix it up with a more casual suit style, which I love the look of. I just have yet to got into it, and I'll get it in the future. But I gotta perfect, you know, my wardrobe first before I start doing crazy things. Now, the next one I have on the list is just a clean white sneaker. So I have just a clean white one that I got from H&M, and these were actually, I think, only like $50, and it's very nice, very comfortable. I have another pair of Converse actually, and I wore these a lot. As you can tell, they're pretty beat at this point. I might need a new pair. They're not too bad, but I obviously wore these before I got these, so something that I think is important to have in the wardrobe is just a nice, clean, white sneaker. And the key word is clean. So it has minimal branding. It is still very professional. I think the second a shoe gets covered in like huge logos and bright colors, it's just not as versatile, not as practical. So it's important to have pieces in your closet. If we're only building it from 5, that they're practical and they're good for a lot of situations, but not something that you're gonna look at and say, what do I match with this? Something that's just effortless, that makes you look classy, like a true masculine man, and easy to throw on, easy to pick. I mean, white sneakers, they can go with virtually any outfit, so it's very versatile. Now, again, I would still go with the other pairs on this list. I wouldn't rely on a white sneaker to go dressier all the time. Now, with a suit, it just probably won't look as good. So I would go for a loafer or a, you know, Chelsea boot or cowboy or the Oxfords. But having this in your rotation is very important, especially for like a summer occasion. Wearing some chinos with this in the summertime would be awesome with a nice linen button down. It would just make the whole outfit look, you know, clean, presentable, professional. It could be your errands shoe, you know, running errands while still having some class to you, or your casual hangout shoe. You're going to shoot some pool or maybe play a little golf at the range with your friend. This is a good shoe for that, as well as the Converse as well. And again, it was like $50 at H&M. It's honestly the easiest shoe on this list to find at a budget, in my personal opinion. Now, the last pair I have on this list is a dedicated gym shoe. For me, I have the New Balance 550s. Absolutely love this shoe, obviously, because you can see how dirty it is. It's kind of disgusting. I probably shouldn't have it on the table, but for this video's sake, these are awesome. These are amazing. I highly recommend these, or honestly any New Balances if you're looking for a gym shoe. Very versatile. They're super comfortable. And I've had these. I've beat these to hell, and they've just kept up very, very well compared to Nike. They are made in the USA as well, which is amazing. So I love when I can get something made in the USA, but I'm sure this is the easiest to have. I'm sure almost 100% of you guys have one. I just needed to throw it on the list because it just completes the rotation. If we're building a shoe collection or wardrobe from scratch, then obviously we're going to need a gym shoe in the mix. And you could also wear the Converse as a gym shoe as well. Those are great gym shoes. I included this, but honestly, you could use the Converse for the same thing. If you wanted to save a little bit of money and go for the Converse for white shoe and gym, I would recommend having one for each, because the gym shoe is probably gonna get a little bit more dirty if you go walking in it, stuff like that, or just doing other stuff. It's just gonna get dirty. It's not gonna look as clean. And I would personally like the Converse just to add a little bit more cleanness to the look, make it a little bit more formal, more classy. And it's just something that doesn't necessarily need to make you look incredible walking down the street. It's more something that when you go to the gym, I still think you need to look good in the gym because you're gonna be around people unless you have an at-home gym or something like that. But presenting yourself in the gym is good, but again, you don't need to look super, super done up, super fancy, but I would say have a nice pair of gym shoes. Again, I always think a gentleman should be not overdressed or underdressed, but just slightly over kind of what everybody else is wearing. So having a nice clean gym shoe is important. I might need a new pair because those are getting quite dirty actually. Now, I'm going to throw in a bonus shoe. This shoe is not necessary in your wardrobe, but it's something I have, and I've had a couple pair for years, and I absolutely love, which is the boat shoe. So Sperry in particular, and I mean, at this point, Sperry's are like known for boat shoes. So Sperry's is the way to go if you want a boat shoe. I personally love these shoes. They're incredible to me. I wear them to the beach if I go to the beach, or maybe a pool or something where it's a little bit more elevated, a little bit more classy and professional than a typical Croc or slide or sandal. You can really wear these to like a pool occasion. The only thing, you can wear them without socks, but they can get quite uncomfortable without socks. They can give you blisters or other things depending on their foot. So I would recommend maybe if you could wear no-show socks. I know it can be kind of annoying. You could get away with wearing no socks with these, but this is just a bonus shoe. This isn't something you would have to get to complete your wardrobe. But honestly, I love my Sperry's. So I just want to throw them in there, give you guys an idea to look at if you guys don't have some already. Now I live in Florida. If you don't have Sperry's in Florida, then you're doing something wrong. So to summarize this list, first, we have Oxfords for formal occasions, things and events that truly matter and are important. Loafer for more of a everyday versatility that can be, dressed up, maybe dressed down, but ultimately complete a gentleman look. I would say a Chelsea boot for the in-between, the rain, the snow, or hard terrain that you need a little bit more support in that, a loafer or Oxford just wouldn't provide. I would say a clean sneaker for comfort, going out, running errands, clean white sneaker. It's gonna do the trick for you there. And one solid gym shoe for working out, because obviously it's important as a gentleman to work out, take care of your body. So as you see, it's 5 pairs. Each one are designed for a different occasion, a specific purpose, and each earn their spot in the wardrobe. So let me know in the comments, out of these 5, which ones are you missing? I'll read through the comments and maybe help some of you pick some out that you feel like you don't have or you've been looking at. So thank you for watching, gents, and I will see you in the next one.